One day the old man has a grin on his face. When he meets me, he begins to whisper in my ear. You know what is already. Are you two keeping secrets again? No, it's nothing. Then go off and say hello to Sanai. Okay, let's go to Moikun. The old man clams his hand around my arm. I'll catch up with you. What, is something the matter? Didn't you say you had something you wanted to talk to Sanai about? I'm not making that up. She's been telling me that since last night. I see, well, okay, I was thinking of telling her later, but I can talk to her now. She heads inside. Your wife is such a simpleton. You know, that kind of thing would be your fault. Okay, I'll show them to you. Takes a rectangular envelope out of his chest pocket. Wanna see? You wanna? You do, don't ya? Should we take a look? Wanna take a look inside? Just hurry up and show me. Yeah, don't be so impatient. Here they are. Opens it up and takes out a few photographs. Printed on them is Nikita's dazzling figure dressed as a waitress. He got these by going back to the family restaurant after our first visit and taking them then. Isn't this an amazing angle? Yeah, because you were lying on the floor when you took them, you freaked out the customers around us. Look, this one is amazing. I timed it perfectly for the exact moment she was leaning over. My eyes opened wide. Sanagisa's breasts look this big when they're facing the floor. Not only that, I can see her smooth skin bulging forth in direct side of the camera's lens. You know these pictures. What, you want them? I only agreed to help you if you made copies, remember? You wouldn't call her over to get her to stop. I practically took these all on my own. I can't call her over for no reason. I don't want to distract her from her work. Yeah, which is why these photos are mine alone. All thanks to my acrobatic photography feats, crawling on the floor, even climbing on the window frames. Hey, old man. What is it? Please give them to me. I find myself standing here asking him for the photos. Well, you seem to be having your own kinds of troubles. What do you mean by that? You still haven't been able to put a hand on her, right? Oh, I know about your situation. You're hopeless. Here, take them. Puts the photographs in my hands, just as he does. Someone is just hurrying down the hall in our direction. Huh? Next we have Sanai-san worried voice asking if everything is okay. I have a bad feeling and rush into the hallway. The two of them are in the bathroom. What's wrong, Nisa? Nisa has her hand on the sink as she looks down. Seems like she's suddenly started feeling sick. Sanai-san answers me as she takes her hand off Niki's back. Oh, so she's pregnant? Now isn't that some good news? The old man's carefree voice from behind me. How do you jump to that conclusion just because she's not feeling well? Then I stop what I'm saying. Wait, think back. That's right. Nikita said she had to talk to Sanai-san about something. It was something that she couldn't talk to me about, something she had to ask her mother's advice on, and no one else. Though I guess you would have gotten her pregnant ages ago if you were actually capable of it. Seems to be the case. What does? The baby on the way. Huh? Mine? No, Nagisa and Tomoe-san's. Congratulations. Sanai-san grabs my hand as she congratulates me. Hold on, Sanai. Well, I cuts her off. He and Nagisa don't even fool around with each other. How could he get her pregnant? Well, what do I say here? I have never felt like this before. How's that happened? Is a stork gonna fly over with a baby? That must be some kind of misunderstanding. Don't go scaring me like that. Dad. That's when Nagisa looks up and slowly turns around. What is it, Nagisa? So she's gonna tell him? Yeah. Knowing her, she just might. Tomoe-kun and I are doing it. Nagisa's bombshell part 3. I look up as if I've been turned to stone. She might be the only girl in the world who would outright say something like that to her parents. I bet she's a rare of those deep-sea creatures that get their own natural specials. What an incredible girl you are, Nagisa. She stopped having her period too. I'm quite certain about this. You. Oh man, the complexion begins to change. Isn't that great? Congratulates me as his voice wavers. After that, we leave for the next town to get Nagisa tested. The results are exactly what we expected. 2 months. I see. And you're gonna have it, right? Of course. I already knew the answer to that. Nagisa would never have an abortion. She could never do something like that, take away life. It's a lot of work, you know. I'll protect you. I say the words with resolve. That's right, Tomoe-kun will be with me, so I'm not worried. We worked hard together until now, too. He's just like you back in that day, Akio-san. Huh? When we were blasted with Nagisa, you said you'd protect me too. Oh, I guess so. Nagisa's body's weaker than Sanae-san's. That must be what he's worried about. This is my baby with Tomoe-kun. I'm definitely having it. Tch. Good luck for you, good for nothing. He finally comes to those words as he smacks me on the chest so hard it almost sends me flying. You're gonna head home, side by side. We walked to this road together, just like this countless times before. But something is different today. It feels so fresh and new, as if everything around me had been reborn. Nagisa begins to laugh for no reason too. She seems happy. Yeah, we're gonna have a child. And the fact that makes everything look brand new to us also means we're going to become parents. Us, parents. It almost feels comical. I can't even imagine what that will be like. When was it? So why you ever have a child, Tomoe-kun, I'm sure you'll be very kind to him or her. He'll make a wonderful father. I wonder. I'm sure you'll be a kind mother, Nagisa. I'm sure that your child will be a happy one. The conversation seems like it took place so long ago. It almost sounded like a joke to me when we were both students, but it's soon to be a reality. Just thinking about that causes a lot to slip from my mouth. Must be why Nagisa just laughed too. It's gonna be tough, I know that much. Still, we really are a fortunate couple. Congratulations. Huh? Your kid, what else? Yoshino-san begins to speak to me as soon as I get to the office. How is the word managing to travel around? I mean, Yoshino-san knowing before I tell him. Thank you very much. So you're gonna have a kid too. You still got a lot to learn at work, but it looks like you're gonna have to be a full-fledged husband now. Yeah. This doesn't feel real to me though. Once the baby's born, you're gonna feel it whether you want to or not. You'll understand how true it is that no human being can live on their own. What it means to live thanks to the support of someone else. You're gonna see the beginning of all that with your own eyes, Okazaki. We're gonna be late. I'll leave Yoshino-san behind at the office. He keeps going on. That's right, Okazaki. You're gonna see the beginning of all of that with your own eyes. Doesn't stop talking even while he drives. Do you have a checkup today? That's right. Should I go with you after all? I'm okay. Pregnancy isn't a sickness. You felt sick in the morning and haven't been able to get out of bed. Oh, well, you felt sick in the mornings and haven't been able to get out of bed. Are you eating properly? Morning sickness is only temporary. As long as I eat slowly, I don't feel that sick. I do have work today. That's right, you go do your best at work, Tomoe-kun. Yeah. Still, I can't believe I have to go to the town over just to find a hospital. And they can do pregnancy checkups. If something comes up, be sure to contact Sanae-san. Okay. I'll be going. Have a nice day. I'm home. That was a checkup. I think he said this as soon as I get home once he prepares dinner. Oh yeah, had my medical history taken, they measured my blood pressure, and they checked to make sure that I was really pregnant. And then, I got to see the baby inside my stomach thanks to the machine they call the ultrasound. What? You can already see it? Yeah, but it still looks like an egg. They say it's gonna get bigger and bigger over nearly a year. And didn't have any gynecology problems either. They said that I wouldn't be able to give birth. I'd be able to give birth to a healthy baby. Oh. Give birth to a healthy baby. And that's what the doctor says. It has to be true. Put a hand to my chest as I breathed a sigh of relief. I was a bit surprised though. Why? Oh, no. It's nothing. What? Now you have me curious. Tell me. No, it's nothing. It's not something I should have said to a man. Why would you hide it from me? It's our child, isn't it? Or are you going to have it all on your own? Both parents need to split the work when it comes to childbirth. That's what Sanae-san said too. Don't keep it a secret, tell me. Oh, okay. Well then, is it fairly embarrassing? Huh? Have you ever seen a gynecologist examination table? No? You had to take off everything. Your skirt and your underwear. Spread your legs. It's really embarrassing. How embarrassing. Do I have to tell you? No, you don't, but now I feel like I have to. Which is it? Well, I thought that I shouldn't keep it a secret from you. We can say, yeah. Well, you opened me up more than you'd... Wow. That's pretty honest. I feel a chill run down my spine and swing around to look behind me. There's no one there. Of course there isn't. Don't tell me that the old man or Sonny sounds okay. Of course I wouldn't tell them. Actually seems like exactly the kind of thing you'd say to them. You'd go and have the same done to you. Hey Son, I get a load of this too. Just look how ridiculous she looks. Son, please don't look. Don't worry, Son. Yeah? You're about half the man like you said. Still a dream. What's the matter, Tomoe-kun? I even woke Nigisa up. Do you have a bad dream? I exactly have. So I know exactly how big my inferiority complex is when it comes to the man half the size. Sorry for waking up. What's the problem, my boy? My boys got there fine. I drift back to sleep ruminating on such thoughts. Are you okay? I'm sorry, I don't think I can get up right now. Don't worry at all, I'll do it. As the days go on, Nigisa's morning sickness keeps getting worse. She's not able to get up this morning. Doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, I'm sorry for worrying you. Don't apologize, we're doing all this together. Oh yeah, more importantly, did you eat? I wasn't able to eat very much. Felt better in the afternoon, so I ate a little bit then. Isn't there some kind of way to cure this? There doesn't seem to be. They don't even understand very well why morning sickness happens in the first place. Nigisa takes some ice out of the freezer and sticks it in her mouth. Ice. I start to feel sick even if I drink liquids. So I'm drinking water like this, by putting ice in my mouth and letting it melt. You can't even drink anything. I can't imagine being in that kind of condition. Even when I've been bedridden by a cold, I was still able to drink all the water I wanted. Must be hard being a woman. All I can tell is try to hang in there. What about sour things? Don't they say that you'll feel like eating sour things? Eating citrus only makes it worse. Doctors say there's a wide range between how people react to it. I do some research on my own too. It seems like the best medicine of all is getting proper meals into your stomach. You're supposed to always be eating a little at a time so that you don't get hungry. The reason she feels so bad in the morning is because she hasn't eaten anything while she was sleeping. That night I make rice balls. Use less salt than normal so she doesn't get thirsty. Put a little bit of seasoning on the rice to hide the smell. I made the rice balls small and bite-sized. 2 in the morning. It's time. I turn on the light. You okay, Nagisa? Yeah, what's the matter? Why are you up right now? You feeling alright? I'm fine at the moment. Good. Do you think you need some of these real quick? Even just one? Hand her a plate with rice balls on it. Oh, what's this? I read that it's good if you can eat during the night, even if it's just a little bit. Do you make this, Tomoe-kun? I know they don't look perfect. Now that I'm getting a better look at them, I see that they're uneven and misshapen. It's like they randomly had pieces of dried seaweed slapped on them, and they missed a bunch of spots with the seasoning. Thank you. I'll eat them. You don't have to force yourself to. You can wait until later if you feel sick. Nikita takes one of the small rice balls in her hand and puts it in her mouth. Perfectly bite-sized. It's delicious. You should eat as many as you want. Don't overdo it, but don't be modest either. Nikita managed to eat 3. The time she had wasn't able to eat anything at all, so this is a pretty big success. Wake her up again at the 4. This time we eat together. They're plain and nearly flavorless rice balls. Nikita eats 5 this time. They were delicious. She smiles. It's like it's been so long since I've seen that expression on her face. You listen to me, Okazaki? Are you asleep? Well, I guess I'll let you nap during our break at least. Seems like you're really doing a lot anyway. Can you hear him humming? It's such a pleasant melody. Eventually, your battles against morning sickness comes to an end. Morning. Good morning. Feel okay after waking up? I'm okay. I feel really good this morning, actually. Around week 10 or 11, just like I read in those books. A home birth? Nikki says over dinner one night. Yeah, that's correct. A home birth. I think about it. Why? What? You mean you'll have a baby here? Yes. Which means you're not going to have it at the hospital? Right. Of course that's what it means. What am I, stupid? I saw some information about maternity classes at the hospital today. There were some notes from a mother who had a home birth on it. Said she was with her husband and parents as she worked through everything. Even her first son was cheering her on. She said they were holding on to each other the entire time, and then when the baby was born, the new father gave the child their first bath right in the family's own room. They were able to hold the baby that was in her stomach for so long right then and there. Seems like they don't always let you do that in a hospital, but I'd like to do it if I could. Yeah, but Nikki says her own body to worry about too. I need to really think about this before I say yes. And this room is where I made my vow that I wouldn't cry. I worked hard here and stayed true to that vow until now. Together with you, Tomoe-kun. Yeah, that's right. I understand how you feel. Also, I do want to have a child in this town. Yeah, but first, why don't we go talk to a doctor about it? Okay, then I'll do that right away. My hands are black with dust. I stare at them. I recall what Yoshina-san told me during our lunch break. A home birth, huh? That sounds nice. It'll make you realize something, Okazaki. You'll understand how true it is that no human being can live on their own, and what it means to live thanks to the support of someone else. You already told me about that earlier. I'm not done, keep listening. Yeah? And what it means to live thanks to the support of someone else. You're gonna teach that to your child for the first time with your very own hands, Okazaki. My hands are black with dirt. These hands. I went and spoke to the doctor. How'd it go? He said that it shouldn't be a problem for her as long as I keep feeling well. The doctor gave me this. It's a pamphlet about maternity hospitals. I see. How do you feel about it, Tomoe-kun? Well, if the doctor says there's no problem, I want to respect how you feel. I want to hold your hand as you have the baby. And I want to give our child its first bath with my own hands. Okay. We need to talk to the old man and Sane-san about this next time we have some time off. A home birth? Screamed as he tilted his body to the right. What do you think about that dress just now? Can you stop playing that game? Fine, I was about to set a new record too. Turned off the game console. So what is it? Nisa wants to have a home birth. A home birth? You weren't listening the first time? Listen, giving birth is hard enough on its own. You don't want to do it at home too. Yeah. Why would you? Do you not have the money? Some kind of punishment for losing a bet? Religious reasons? It'd make for a funny story. There's none of those. Then why? How do I put it? There's a lot of reasons. We gave it that much thought, but I still can't explain myself when it really matters. That's what Nagisa and I want to do. The decision we came together. I'm for it. What? Sally-san appears in the kitchen with a tray in her hands. Nagisa follows behind her. When the old man sees her, he puts out a cigarette. I gave birth at the hospital a town away from here, but they separated me from Nagisa as soon as she was born, and I suppose it felt like the hospital took care of everything. It barely felt like I had given birth, and that made me feel a little sad. Akio-san, please, the people at the hospital held her before you had the chance to, remember? Seriously, I thought I had her before anyone else. No. Damn it. I was the first one to lick her. You did that? Well, that's just how cute you were. Cute or not, you shouldn't do that to a baby. Too late for that. Okay, time to go back to my game. No, we're not done talking yet. Oh, okay, then how about this? Nisa, Sana, and I will be all lined up and straining. You have to guess where the baby's gonna come from. Like I said, we're not doing this because it'll make for a good story. I wanna have a home birth. What's interesting about that? Dad, we're serious. Well said, my wife. Old man grabs one of the cups lined up on the table. He chugs the entire thing as if there's alcohol in it, and then... I get it. He says the words as he lets out a deep sigh. You be the first one to hold the kid. Okay. But I'm gonna be the first one to lick him. No, Tomoe-kun gets to lick first. No, I don't think I'm gonna lick her baby. That's right, he's not going to. What a family of idiots. This is Yagi-san. Nice to meet you, I'm Agi. My am Nagisa Okazaki, nice to meet you. This is the midwife who will be helping us out. She's one of Sanae-san's classmates from school, and she's working in the town over as an independent midwife. I always imagined midwives to be old ladies, but as Sanae-san's classmate, she's obviously young. Though Sanae-san does look like the younger of the two. Sanae-san's youth is so mysterious. You must have already had your early screenings? They start talking as they sit there spaced out. Yeah, I had them done 2 weeks ago. Then let me explain a few things that will come up from now. Ultimately, a midwife is an assistant, nothing more, so I can't provide you with any medical care. You'll need to undergo periodic tests and screenings. For tests that require machines, you'll be coming to a maternity hospital. Is that okay with you? Yes. As for your request to give birth here, is it okay for the room to be this cramped? Anywhere's okay as long as there's enough space to lay out a futon. The size of the room doesn't have anything to do with it. What's more important is that it's an environment where the mother can relax. Over the course of pregnancy, a mother will feel anxious and find themselves physically affected in many different ways. Our job to ease all of that and allow the mother to enjoy the process of childbirth. It's only the 3rd month of pregnancy, so you can take lots of time to decide. The midwife says goodbye to us from the driver's seat of her car. We bow back to her. The car disappears down the thin road. Looks like she'll be driving here like that from now all the way from the next town over. This is tough for Nagisa, but it's tough for the midwife too. It's like we're all banding together to do everything we can for Nagisa's pregnancy. You know what this reminds me of? I'm spontaneously reminded of something. The club room, when your students become filled with people. So just like back then. Today, Nagisa is getting tests done at the maternity hospital. Take the afternoon off of work and go with her. Can you see that? Nagisa said. Nagisa is lying down on a doctor's table and something resembling an end of the stethoscope is on her stomach. Yes. Do you know what this is? This moving thing in that is a heart. The baby's head is bigger too. You can see that even the eyes and nose have formed. You should have to look too, Dad. Stare intently at the black and white screen. Just as she said, I can see a tiny breathing life on the green display. The placenta is formed with no problems, so she should be very little risk of miscarriage at this point. Baby's gonna get bigger and bigger every day from here on. It'll be multiple times this size in a month. You'll start feeling it moving around next month or so. The two of us walk down the evening streets, walking slower than normal so as not to stress Nagisa's body. I guess our baby has been hard at work. I had no idea just looking at you. That's right. It may be small, but it's working hard. It didn't totally feel like it was real until now. Really? Well, you'd be able to feel it because of your physical condition keeps changing. It's your stomach that the baby's inside of. I don't have any of that. It's as if my head knew that, but my body couldn't catch up to the fact. I guess I could say it's similar to the frustration I felt at not being able to do a job well right after I first learned it. It's okay. Nagisa gently takes my hand, squeezes hers back. I know better than anyone how hard you're working, Tomoe-kun. So I'm sure baby knows too. It is part of me, you know. Yeah. Yes. Tomoe-kun, look. What are you so happy about? Like this. Hands me a large memo pad shaped booklet. A maternity health journal. It's a fairly well-made book with a colorful illustration on its cover. The other day during my test, they told me to have a maternity journal made. So I went to the town hall and asked for one. And I just got here today. Huh. I think it flips through its pages time and time again. There are blank pages, but the book's spine is already getting a workout. I'm going to start writing in it every day. Keeping records of our baby. I want to tell it about all the things that happen once it's older. Yeah. A month later, the baby starts to kick. Ah. What happened? It just moved. The baby moved, it's kicking. It's just like what I learned in maternity class. It's really moving a lot, kicking my stomach and rolling around. Rolling around, really? It's proof that it's doing well. That's how the baby lets the mother know. It's telling me it's there. And the geese strokes her stomach. It's starting to become noticeably larger recently. Can I touch it too? Yeah, go ahead. The geese's stomach is warm. Inside of it is a life that's grown so big it can turn itself around. To experience the process of a life taking form. Do you want to think of a name? Nisa makes a suggestion that night. Oh yeah, I guess so. I'm so busy I forgot all about doing it. Do you think it's still too early? No, it's fine. There's no harm in naming it early anyway. We'll just have to think about both boy name and girl name. Why don't we take one character from your name, Toy-kun? No, you don't need to do something like that. Maybe I'll have my family's name after all, Okazaki. Knowing that will make me feel like I can protect it just like with you. If it's a girl, she gets married, the name will change. But then it'll be her husband's role to protect. Okay. I'd like to protect this child with my name too. Yeah, let's do that. But Nagise is only written with one character. Using it in her name too might be might make people think we're sisters. You might be right. No matter how hard we think, we can't come up with a baby name that uses the same character as Nagise's name. Nagise means shore. Yeah, it does. A place where the tide comes in and out. Yeah. Then what about Ushio, using the character for tide? That would work as both a boy's name and a girl's name. Ushio. Yes, Ushio. I'm sure many things will happen to our family going forward. The tide may sometimes pull away from the shore and grow distant. With time, it always returns. It's a constant cycle, and that's how I want to watch over Ushio. What do you think? Her reasoning is more complex than mine. I was thinking of keeping my child close to through our shared name. And Nigi said I experienced more than her fair share of ups and downs the long journey of life has in store for us. That's why she's able to give her child such a name. Its meaning illustrates perfectly how a family should be. When you think about it, the tide seems like something much bigger than a shore. It's an entire ocean. I wonder if our child will be able to live up to that name. Someone with so much kindness that they will embrace everything and make it grow. Yes, I hope they'll be able to. Nigi seems to be tired as she closes her eyes after saying the words. Want to go to sleep? Yes. Then I'm going to turn off the lights. Yes, please do. Ushio Okazaki. That'll be the name of the child soon to be brought into this world. Starting the next day, Nagisa begins to call the baby she's carrying in her stomach by its name. Shio-chan. She removed the U from the name. It sounds so cute when I say it that way. Shio-chan. Shio-chan. And so we decided to name the baby Ushio. Or just Shio-chan. Huh, okay. Hi Shio-chan, it's your daddy. You shouldn't lie. The child will believe you. So your kid doesn't know what a joke is? And ought to come right back and be like, no way, you're my grandpa. Heck, use Nagisa if you need to. Nagisa's stomach is in the cockpit, old man. I guess I'm going to start being called grandpa pretty soon. I don't like the thought of that. He's as self-centered as ever. So in that case, my name's going to be Aki. That's what you call me, Aki. That better be the first thing you teach a kid, you worthless father. Why would I do that? When I was about that far along, I spoke to Nagisa a lot. Oh, so that's why you're always talking to yourself back then. She's now figuring this out. Babies will have developed ears at around this point, so they're able to hear the outside world. It's good to have the child listening to music too. Oh, the prenatal education, right? I only know about one song that she likes. Okay, then I'll sing it for a baby every day. Donko. That'd be a wonderful thing to do. Probably a lot better than the music you'd hear over the radio these days. Yes, so let's all sing it together. Seriously? Alright, I'll take lead vocals. Can you do the drums, start beatboxing? Man, what a cool job. I'm the father, you should give me the most boring job. Aren't you selfish? Fine, I know what you can do. Tell us what lyrics are coming up in the next measure. That doesn't count as singing. I don't know when she started, but Nagisa has already started to sing. Sane-san joins in. We know what the old man and I are singing too. And summer comes to an end like that, with all of us working together to create a single fragment of happiness. It's a hot, late summer day. As soon as I open the door, something leaps into my vision. The floor right in front of me. Her bent legs are pointing in my direction. I won't even take my shoes off as I run towards. I run inside toward her and hold her up. All I hear from her are quiet, strained breaths. She doesn't reply to me. Touch her forehead, her temperature is shockingly high. My head goes blank. I don't know what to do. Nagisa claps with a fever. What am I supposed to do now? Nagisa, for a while all I'm able to do is hold her and call out her name again and again. I should get her on a futon for now. I haphazardly toss a futon on the floor and lay her body down on top of it, because before I finally remember about Sane-san, grab the phone and begin to dial her number as I watch Nagisa's sweating face. Yeah, this is Furukawa. Oh man, it's me. Please, can you put Sane-san on? Yeah, one sec. Sane-san comes to the phone immediately. Yeah, this is Sane. Samoya, I found Nagisa collapsed on the floor and she had a fever. It's a really high one. I don't know what to do, and please calm down, Tomoe-san. It's okay, I'll be right over. Yes. And now let her sleep on a futon. Then wring out a wet towel and put it on her forehead, please. I understand. Please wait, I'll contact Yagi-san and have her rush over too. Thank you, please do. I hang up. At least I know what to do now. Wring it in wet towel and put it on Nagisa's forehead. Hold on, Nagisa. Stand up.